What goes on? And welcome to Disavowed Action Figures Live at 7:05. Might be like 7:08. Sorry if I'm a little bit late. I'm a poet. I didn't even friggin' know it. All right, everybody. I wanted to check in. I wanted to go live right after Sdcc just to kind of talk about what everybody really liked about it, the reveals, new figures, so on and so forth. And I even posted it, and I just wasn't feeling it. So I always tell myself with these videos, if I'm not feeling it, if I'm not like digging, wanting to do it, I'm not going to. Like, I don't want to feel like work. So I kind of decided not to a few days ago, but tonight's a good night to do it. Pop on here, unbox some G.I. Joe classified and possibly some Marvel Legends figures, talk to all of you, see how you're all doing, and basically kind of go along from there. So again, very exciting 5 days of Sdcc. Needless to say, I was not there. I was here, of course. Good old Pennsylvania, but I was glued to my recliner and my television for a lot of it. I got to start off. I'm going to start opening stuff while we talk, everybody, so it's not just, the spinning around. And then I'll say hello to everybody in the chat in a couple minutes. But such great coverage by the community out there. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm already off topic, right? All right, so I just put this in a post today. I got this at GameStop. If you were unaware, new situation now at GameStop is that they have two prices on the sticker. If you're a pro member, you get 5% off. If you're not a pro member, regular price. So all their new figures they're getting in are going to have these stickers on them. I don't know if they re-stickered old figures or not. I would think they probably did. But that's now a perk with the pro member price. You still get the $5 a month thing. I'm not currently a pro member. I'm waiting for a deal to sign up cheap that I did last time. But anyways, just thought I'd throw that out there. So anyway, so basically such great coverage from all the different influencers and YouTube channels out there in YouTube land. Toy Migos killed it. Loved their live stream on Tuesday night. So definitely was digging Toy Migos when they were live. I'm sorry, Thursday night when they were live down there at Sdcc. Obviously, MCU Collector and Kevin from Toying Around did a lot of the live streams from the actual panels. That was freaking awesome, getting to see those panels while we were in there. Getting to listen to those guys kind of talk about everything going on at the panel. In addition to that, definitely a lot of fun watching, again, all the big time YouTubers out there. The tournaments had stuff out there. Obviously, interviews from other people as well with different teams. I know the Marvel Legends team did some interviews, obviously, G.I. Joe Classified panel. But again, so much stuff, but so many people covering it, which is fantastic. So to anybody who was out at Sdcc and covered it, Jay Shot and Matt, you were out there, obviously. Check them out later on tonight. Also later tonight, I believe that Just Jay Hernandez is going live with Dante on his channel for some unboxing. So check that out as well. There's tons of shows on Wednesdays. I take the early slot because there's so many late slot shows. Artwork's pretty cool on that. I dig how they did that. Pretty cool. But again, a lot of coverage of the show, which was awesome. So really enjoyed all that coverage that people that provided. So if I'm leaving anybody out, I apologize. But it was a lot of fun watching SDC from home. All right, so just so I can cover all my bases here. I had a picture of Elvira in the thumbnail, and I don't want anybody to think it's too clickbaity or whatever. The whole reason I put that in the thumbnail is that when they first announced that original Elvira figure, I told Six Packs and Knickknacks and good friend of the channel, Pat, that I was pretty sure we would get multiple Elviras because what else are they going to use that engineering for? So they first announced the red dress, which is like supposed to be for 4th of July. And now they announced the one I called, which was the Santa Claus dress. So we were getting a Christmas Elvira. And again, I called it. So I wanted to put it in the thumbnail so I wouldn't forget to say it. So yeah, I'm opening Rock and Roll right now, if you were curious. So yeah, Christmas Elvira. Anybody else, first of all, have this Elvira, who's always winking at us in the background like that, so seductively. But let me know, are you going to buy the new Elvira when it comes out? I might get the Christmas one. I'm not getting the red dress one. I can kind of care less about the red dress. So it's not say yes to the dress for me. However, I do think I might want that NECA Christmas one. Just one more figure to put out there. Also, I believe it is it's the 8-inch, I guess, cloth figure. So that'll go well with my Buddy the Elf and my different figures from A Christmas Story, the old man and Elvira hanging out at Christmas time will be epic. So a lot of little pieces in here, obviously. Try not to lose any of these or bump the camera at the same time. All right, so we got all these on the stand here for a look at Rock and Roll. Originally, I didn't know if I was going to get this figure or not. That's why I didn't pre-order it or anything. I kind of wanted to wait and see, and then I watch an Articulated Ninja review, and it completely talks me into getting it. So shout out to Ninja, as always, killing it. Oh, look at this, I missed a piece. So be careful with these bags, gang. You know this already, but there's a little piece that, God, I could barely even get it out. This was stuck at the bottom of the bag, so I guess that kind of goes in with the gun. But yeah, so Articulated Ninja definitely enabled me on this figure to get this. He talked me into it by his wonderful video. All right, let's see who's in the chat here, and then we'll kind of mess around a little bit here with Rock and Roll. Also, good review provided by Rock and Roll for Rock and Roll was the Ojo Jerk, and congratulations to him on 1,000 subscribers on Instagram, on YouTube. He just hit that, so congrats, buddy. All right, so Four Feathers is here. What's going on, Four Feathers? How you doing, sir? David R is in the house. What's going on, David? What's up, man? Alyssa says, good, just had fun with it. Yeah, I told you, this is going to be a job. I want it to be fun. Let's see what else we got going on down here in the chat. Six Pack Next in the house. That's right, pumpkins and Santa Claus. It's been a fun couple days. It's been all in the same week. It was 100 days from Halloween, and then Christmas in July. So my posts have been all over the freaking place on social media regarding holidays. And then today's been all UFO stuff. There's a big UFO hearing today, UAP hearing today, which was nuts. I suggest you go Google UAP hearing and get caught up on that. Hey, Marvin McBride, how you doing? What's going on, man? Thanks for being here. All right, so again, there's a lot of stuff going on in the news. Sdcc was crazy, the reveals we were getting. Take a look at his tattoos. I freaking am so pumped for that Midnight Suns wave, which, by the way, if you're unaware of this, word on the Twitter machine is that that wave will not be in Target and it will not be in Walmart. Word on the street is it's just going to be fan channel and online stores. I guess maybe like brick and mortar toy stores. I guess you can get it too. But yeah, if you didn't know that, yeah, I guess Dan Yoon put a tweet out that basically said, you know, don't wait for Target and Walmart clearance. It's not going to be there. So I found that very interesting as an announcement that they made. That's a little bit bent, but if I bend it back, right? So we got a walkie here. So yeah, so as far as Marvel Legends concerns, you know, what were you most pumped about? I love the Midnight Suns announcement. Hey, Lucas, what's going on, man? That blade looks great. The Mindless one is an awesome Build-A-Figure. It's also a army builder, which, again, I'm not sure if I'm going to buy that many of those to establish an army of the Mindless one. However, it was cool to see. This cardboard's really on here. So that was cool. I would add also that with that particular wave, we are getting the Daredevil, which goes with the Elektra, which is in my thumbnail. That's the Ninja Elektra where she is Daredevil. And I read that comic story. I loved it. So in buying that Elektra this week, I kind of pretty much realized I'm going to be on the hook for also buying that Daredevil, because obviously I'm not going to not buy one and not the other. So here's the Elektra. Found a peg of these at Target. I might open this tonight if I have time. If not, maybe I'll do a review on it or something or other. But again, yeah, the Legends reveals were great. I think the one I was most excited about was actually the reveal of the female Hydra soldiers. We were not told how that's going to get in our hands. It looks freaking incredible. I really pumped about it, getting that. Speaking of hands, let's get this guy's rock and roll hand on there. That's the whole freaking point, right? Let's get that on there. Honestly, when I buy a figure, I think to myself, what are different ways I can use this? I'll totally be like having this guy in the background if I have any music playing or something, or if I go to like a concert, which I don't go to many of those anymore, but if I do, he'll be jamming out in the background with the rock and roll devil horns thrown up there. So I love that he has the rock and roll hands. And then, of course, we get the tattoo on the hands as well. I can't talk. I just took a stroke. But yeah, that came out pretty freaking cool. Again, I'm not all in on Joe's anymore. I'm not buying everything that they put out. Not because I don't like it. It's just because I've really been trying to streamline what I get and just being mindful of what's on the shelf and things like that. So and just basically accumulating things. So this was one, though, that I definitely did want to pick up. Again, the rock and roll hand itself is amazing. I gotta screw this thing off camera later. I watched some reviews earlier. I kind of forget where everything plugs in at here. I know the gun gets hooked up to everything here. But yeah, ultimately, this guy's pretty freaking cool. The tattoos and the rock and roll hand are definitely what's doing it for me. I'm not going to do articulation or anything like that because it's G.I. Joe. We don't do articulations on most of these anymore. Although this is very smooth, I'll tell you that much. So very smooth looking figure. There he is. Rock and roll, throwing up those devil horns. Freaking cool. feel like Kyle Peterson to be all into this guy, throwing up those devil horns here and rock and roll, those concerts he goes to. So yeah, he came out great. Pumped with that. I'll mess around with them later on because I really want to open up this freaking scrap iron. That thing is gigantic. It's been sitting there for a while. So definitely be pumping that out here momentarily. Lucas is cooking dinner. I was just going to ask what you're cooking, but it's on the screen. You're having mac and cheese again. Hamburgers on the grill. It can't go wrong on a hot day with a hamburger on the grill, sir. That is freaking delicious. Perk loin and slow cooker. Fork dinner. There it is, 4 feathers. I'm having salmon. I'm on a health kick right now. I'm trying to make Disavowed smaller and more healthy. So I have been on a bit of a health kick, but that's with some healthy eating. So been kind of cutting back on the salts and anything that basically I love to eat. So it's going to be salmon, probably a baked potato for me once AEW comes on later on. All right, so let's put him off to the side for now. Again, I'm going to go through and mess around with the gun and everything later on. I kind of want to get through everything today. And again, as I said, if you're going to pick this up, obviously hands are always small accessories. They're easy to lose if you're not careful. But this was literally like in the bottom corner of the bag. Very easily, this can get thrown away. Obviously, if you look at the back of the box, which I highly suggest anymore when you're opening figures. If they continue to show us, what accessories are with it, it's an easy way not to screw up and throw stuff away because they will tell you everything that's in there. So, for instance, there's that little piece right there. But again, G.I. Joe Classified, ever since they course corrected since the beginning, giving us a lot more accessories, really course corrected from that first wave that everybody was kind of lukewarm on. Going back to the more traditional look, definitely did a great job, has been doing a great job, and they killed it at Sdcc. I mean, legitimately killed it at SDC. So many announcements. Did anybody pre-order any? I have to kind of go this way with this. Did anybody pre-order any of the? What's going to hit? Any of the? I should say pre-order. Did anybody order any of the SDCC exclusives? I ended up with some help getting myself an order for both Chuckles and also the Deadpool 2-pack with Bob. Very excited to get that in hand eventually. That's going to be something good to have in the collection. Didn't have a Bob originally, at least not the Bob head, I guess I should say, because it was just the head to begin with. So getting those, and that Chuckles looks amazing. It just looks so fun. So many pack-ins with that thing. But yeah, let's rip into this. And again, let's talk more about SDCC as we go here. It's not just a clickbaity thumbnail. I actually want to talk about it with everybody. So many great reveals at that show. Legends-wise, obviously we talked about the Midnight Suns that we were shown. In addition to that, for Marvel Legends, just a slew of other things. Obviously, the X-Men and X-Men 97 animated series. We got to look at that wave, which are basically, I think, mostly wow, this thing's huge. Mostly, it's a lot of reuse of other X-Men figures, like for instance, Gambit, Magneto. However, some people don't have those. And then also on top of that, I think it's helpful. That's not going to stay. Too back heavy. It's also helpful because, and good, because we're getting a Wolverine that is pinless. So that pinless Wolverine is brand new. Oh man, this guy looks so freaking cool. Oh man, I've been holding off on opening it, like I said. Definitely excited to get it out of here. Four Feathers says that he ordered Evil Ryu from Jada Toys, said I wasn't going to do it, but I did. Also pre-ordered Chuckles. Yeah, man, good. That's awesome. Yeah, that Chuckles is going to be awesome. Again, we're probably, I don't know if I always include as top 10 candidates exclusive figures, but for G.I. Joe Classified top 10, I would think that Chuckles will be up there. I'll probably give it an honorable mention. I think I did in the past when it's an exclusive figure that not everybody can readily get. But yeah, it's definitely going to be fun to have for sure, man. I'm just taking our figure off the card back here. Don't mind me with nothing on the screen for you to see on the spinny thing here. But yeah, so G.I. Joe, great show, great showing. Then you have Star Wars, which I don't like Star Wars very often. However, they put out that new HasLab, is it the Ghost or whatever it's called? And that thing freaking went to the moon already. So that's already funded. So congratulations to the Star Wars team. Oh, also with SDCC, I wanted to mention a really fun panel that I watched. Man, look at that head sculpt. That's gnarly, dude. Let's flip the light around. Really, really cool panel that I watched. Toy YouTubers Unite. It was Geek Dad Life. Toy Anxiety was there, as well as Pixel Dan. The Mad Hatter Reviews was there. So again, very cool panel I watched with all them. All the toy tubers at one table together. Kevin toying around. also was on that panel. So they just kind of talked about the show. They talked about the different announcements. Obviously, the big thing everybody was talking about was that Thundercats Cat Slayer. Is that what we call it? I have a Lino and a Mummer, and I'll tell you, I'm not getting that thing. As freaking awesome looking as it is, I will not have that in my collection. But it is nuts, absolutely nuts that they made that thing, man. Absolutely crazy. Seeing, again, just basically people's words were that they couldn't even describe it. Like Mad Hatter had a real good video the last day there. We kind of like pretended to have a conversation with it, like, hey, I'm sorry, I don't want to get to see you again, that sort of thing. It was hilarious. It was really, really well done on his end. So yeah, check that out, because this, again, so much great content everybody came up with out of SDCC for those of us that cannot get out there. Again, Toy Migos busted their butts, all that whole crew, as well as Jay Shot and Match, who were on with them for a live stream. So just a lot of fun with what they were doing out there in SDCC. And again, the reveals. One thing I will say that was a letdown, did anybody try watching the Marvel Entertainment, Marvel.com stuff this year? So in the past at SDCC, they and New York actually, they would live stream the entire day basically, you know, for like whatever, 8 hours or something crazy. And literally you could just watch them live in their live stream, and they would have guests and all sorts of cool stuff going on. And this year I really expected to watch that, the majority of that, for my content, for the those going to take in for them being out there. And sure as hell, unfortunately, they didn't do that this year. They had like weird pre-recorded stuff going on that just wasn't very entertaining to watch. I mean, obviously it's just a big commercial. I get it. However, oh God, it's like he burned his face on the grill. Oh, I can do a picture. Oh man, okay, it's kind of sadistic, but it'll look cool. But yeah, it was very not fun to watch, unfortunately. I don't know what the story was. I thought they were still doing it the same way. Maybe, you know, they backed off it because of what it costs. I don't know. But I was not happy with the Marvel stuff, so I barely watched it after the first day. All right, so this is obviously a deluxe, tons of accessories, explosion effects, all sorts of fun stuff with this. Yeah, Four Feathers. It is a freaking amazing face sculpt. Again, or head sculpt. I typically don't include like a vehicle in missiles in my top 10s. I usually try to base it on the figure. Fiona was a little bit harder to do because, you know, or other animals in the line. So when I do my top 10, I try not to consider, you know, this sort of stuff. Look at that. That's awesome. This sort of stuff as part of the options. Little gun here. However, this guy on his own merits is freaking awesome. Based on, again, how the face looks, that burnt side of his face. Let's make sure I get all my stuff out of my baggie here without losing it. There's the controller right there. Okay, there's the controller for the drone. Very cool. So again, lots of stuff packed in with this. Always being careful not to drop anything or lose anything for fear of Bruno eating it later or just not having it anymore in the collection. I think Art G actually opened this on one of his live streams recently. I don't know if it was this Monday or last. So as always, great friend of the channel, Art G. Check out his video, as I'm sure he did an awesome job with opening this up and kind of going into more detail. I'm kind of more or less unboxing it. I think he did more of a review, more in-depth look. I just want to kind of get everything out of the box and get a look at it and kind of mess around with it here. These explosion effects are freaking cool, man. Holy smokes. So this is the thing when you get something like this, the amount of use you're going to get out of this, right? You know, you're not just getting the figure, you're not just getting the I want to say drone, the anti-armor drone right there. You're getting all these other pieces. Now, again, I kind of opened these already, but I'll kind of show you on camera here the effects with this thing. So I guess these are meant to kind of go around it. So I can move some of this stuff out of the way. So you can see some of the accessories there. This is just freaking ridiculous, man. And I think it was like $44.99. I think we actually got money knocked off for some reason. Alyssa, if you're in the chat, didn't we somehow not pay full price for this or something? Here's the drone. I don't know if I had this on correctly or not. I guess it's on a ball, right? So it can rotate. Well, that's the, yeah. All right, so I don't want to screw around with this too much until I kind of have a chance to off camera, but these don't move or anything like that. Obviously, they're stationary. These can move around and shift, which is kind of neat. You can kind of go over different terrain and everything else. As far as this goes, I'm pretty sure it just takes a healthy push down onto that peg. But I, again, don't like to force anything when it comes to toys. I'm not really getting a satisfying click or anything like that. So I know it rotates around this way. I thought you're supposed to be able to do this a little bit too. So I got to probably put some more pressure on there. I'm going to wait till later to do that. But again, this is awesome in that you do have the different missiles that get shot out of this thing. I like these because you can pop them right in. It looks like it's going to go right off the end. I guess these get attached to the end, don't they? Now I'm looking at it here. I got to mess around again. I really didn't do too much preparation for these. But again, came out really freaking cool. I'm definitely digging it for sure. Let's see here. It's got a peg on the end, right? So I'm guessing that's supposed to be like them igniting the shot out, right? So yeah, okay. See, there's a little peg right here in the bottom of it. Okay. I do have to be mindful that I can't have this in because if it spins around, it's going to take everything out on screen. But yeah, I think this pops right in. Yeah, there we go. So that's pretty freaking cool. We got a rocket right here, 6-pack to Nick Nash. We got a rocket. Definitely freaking cool to have. Disavowed, 6-pack says, Disavowed, some warm weather we're experiencing. Is that an Osla? Yes, that is my fan, my friend. Here in Pennsylvania, when I don't have central air, you know I'm rocking the fan in the background, man. Okay, let's just see. This is not going to work. It's not going to work. What I'm going to do is I'm going to unplug the rotation table. There we go. So I can at least leave this on display for everybody. Yep, we got the fan in the background. I am not screwing around. It is actually, it's not even as bad as it has been. The last few days has been in the 70s. It's been really nice on my runs. I go for a jog in the middle of the day on the track. It's great because the freaking breeze is blowing. So the last couple of days have been tolerable. However, we're definitely going in a direction here where it's going to be getting warmer rather than colder, unfortunately. So again, some other accessories besides these explosion effects, which are awesome. We do get the helmet right here, which I almost like the head sculpt too much to put the helmet on there. Unfortunately, I'll put it on just to kind of get a look what it looks like. Looks cool. Again, like I like having the Cobra logo right on there. That's fine. But as far as the rest of it, let's see here. Scrap Iron's face sculpt is awesome. Yes, it is, man. Oh my God, this year's top 10 list is going to be filled with mostly G.I. Joe. It's hard, man. I still have to film in the next week my top 10 of the year so far. There's going to be a lot of stuff in there for sure. A lot of stuff. It's going to be very hot for sure, man. All right, so I think we're going to pop that off of there. I kind of go with the old Iron Man look, which is going to kind of Ant-Man look and kind of put it under the arm. Let's get the gun in his hand just for the purpose of having it in there. So he himself doesn't come with a ton of accessories, but obviously he has so many accessories with the drone that you would expect them not necessarily have to give him too many. He still gets a lot. He gets the gun, he gets the helmet, he gets the controller over here. So he still gets a decent amount of stuff with him. It's just a matter of the fact that you're going to get most of your money spent on this bad boy here, which is awesome. And again, that itself is an army builder, right? You can definitely use that, have multiples of those going on in your collection if you want to obviously pay that price to do it. All right, so we got the controller in the hand for the drone. That looks pretty cool. So yeah, this guy's pretty badass. I'm digging it. Let's see if I can maybe, well, it's not going to look right at the gun. I was going to put the helmet under the arm, Ant-Man style, but with having the controller, I'm not going to do that. So instead, it's kind of, wow, look at that. That's freaking crazy. You guys had cheese grated. But yeah, take a look. That came out really friggin' cool. Again, the problem's going to be where in the hell am I going to be able to put this on the shelf in the collection? I don't even have Fiona on the shelf. Fiona's crawling around on the top back behind me here. You've seen my setup on face on camera. So yes, this thing's pretty badass. I'm pretty pumped to have it in the collection for sure. Further says, oh yeah, I see that. I'm sorry, 2 days will be brutal. Yeah, so overall, digging this thing. Happy to have it in the collection. Rock and roll on display with them as well. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. Excited about it. We have Shipwreck in the back here, obviously. The new Black Widow, I just put a review out on her. Oh, a big thank you to everybody who watches the hunts in general. However, I wanted to mention that last night I actually had, for the highest number ever live, we had 79 people watching live premiere or debut of the Toy Hunt last night. That's crazy. I was yelling over here. I was so excited. So I appreciate everybody who watches in general, but for those of you who do watch the premieres, I'm told that does help with the algorithm in some capacity. Might push it out a little bit more. So big thank you. That video is doing very well right now. It's probably doing the best the video's done in a few weeks for me. So thank you for your support regarding that. So I'll tell you what, let's open up Elektra. I don't know. Elektra doesn't really go with the vibe here of the G.I. Joes, does it? Doesn't really seem like it's going to be the same kind of look to it here. I kind of just like the way everything's kind of situated right now. So maybe we'll hold off on opening up Electra till another night. For those of you that did not get a chance to watch my Black Widow review, this thing is awesome. Right now, I kind of have all the parts taken off of it. I did mention that this elbow got stuck for me. The double jointed elbow is a bit of a pain in the butt. For some reason, I just love the look with this head sculpt, and the hands are very expressive. Dante's obviously big on the expressiveness of the spot. This is kind of like how I feel about this Black Widow. Came out really great at Target. From what I'm told, as far as toy news goes, the new Legends are hitting Target. I saw obviously the Elektra, some of that wave as well. So things are popping up right now out there in Target. I think the Anniversary Collection, the Doom 2-pack and all those. So I had a discussion in our toy group earlier about this. I don't think that they're actually street dated. I think it's that they are more or less like unofficial street date. Like they should run and scan. However, it's just a matter of when the reset date is supposed to be and whether or not they're going to put them out for you to actually purchase before that date. I think I've heard the people who have tried to buy them, they will scan. It's just a matter of finding them and having the availability to actually go to the front and try to buy them. The Widow, I gave a DPCI number, and the gentleman went in the back and got it for me. So that's how I got hooked up with that, which was a huge, huge help. And again, I love the figure, so definitely was pumped that he helped me out. That was pretty awesome. So, you know, everybody, I think we're going to get ready to call it there for the night. I just wanted to get this stuff open. I'll get it cleaned up a little bit back here. Then, of course, it's AEW tonight and a whole plethora of action figure content tonight. As usual, you will have Between Two Sentinels tonight. I believe Ernie over at Toy Amigos has his show tonight. I believe that Just Jay Hernandez is starting his new live stream. I think it's unboxing. I'm pretty sure Dante's on with him tonight over at Just Hernandez, and that's on Just Jay Hernandez's channel. That's not on Infinity Equations channel. So it's over with Jay. So check those guys out. Again, Chris has his live stream tonight as well. Check him out. He was on Infinity Equation with us a few weeks ago. I'm probably even a bunch of people out because there's so many shows on Wednesdays. But it's great. Even if you can't catch them live, catch them on the playback. Hit that like button, comment for those people. You know, support their content. It helps out a lot. They're taking the time to do it. So, all right, everybody, we're going to call it a night there. So if you're new, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It's free for you. It does not cost you anything. And it helps us grow the channel tremendously in the march to 5,000 subscribers. I think we just hit 4,400 today. So we're making that push for 5,000 over the next 4 or 5 months. Leave a comment down below. Hit that like button. And for daily toy content and daily toy updates, try checking us out over at Instagram and Twitter at Disavowed_12. Hey, everybody, if you're going toy hunting this week, please try to remember the 3 Ps of the toy hunt: patience, persistence, but most of all, politeness. Take care, stay healthy. I'll be seeing all of you at the pegs.